The Galactic Council had made their first mistake when they classified humans as Class 3 sentience, moderate threat level. Their second mistake was touching Emily Rodriguez. Captain Marcus Webb had been trading peacefully on Station Kepler 442 for 3 standard years. The humans had integrated well into galactic society, perhaps too well. The other species had grown comfortable, forgetting the warnings in Earth's application file. Warnings about a species that had climbed to the top of a death world's food chain not through venom, claws, or natural armor, but through sheer, terrifying persistence. Marcus was in the cargo bay when he heard Emily scream. The Vraxian merchants had been eyeing his young engineer for weeks. At 19, Emily was brilliant with fusion cores, could rewire a quantum drive in her sleep, and had dreams of designing ships that could break the barrier into parallel dimensions. She was also small by human standards, barely 5'3", with warm brown eyes and an infectious laugh that made the whole crew smile. The Vraxians saw prey. They were apex predators on their homeworld, 8 feet tall, for arms ending in razor talons, exoskeletons that could deflect small arms fire. They'd never lost a fight. Their culture celebrated strength, and taking what you wanted was considered a virtue. Marcus moved before his conscious mind registered the decision. The rational part of his brain, the part that had kept him alive through the resource wars and the Martian insurrection, shut down completely. Something older took over. Something that remembered when humans were the monsters hiding in the dark. He covered 50 meters in seconds that felt like hours. The cargo bay door exploded inward, he'd kicked it hard enough to shear the hydraulics. Emily was on the ground, her face bleeding, her uniform torn. 3 Vraxians stood over her. One was laughing. Human, the largest one clicked in broken standard. Your female is. He didn't get to finish. Marcus hit him like a railgun round. The Vraxian outweighed him by 200 pounds and was armored by millions of years of evolution. None of it mattered. The human grabbed 2 of its arms and pulled in opposite directions. The exoskeleton cracked. Then shattered. The Vraxian's scream echoed through the station, a sound that would haunt the nightmares of every species present for years to come. But Marcus wasn't done. While adrenaline dumped into his bloodstream at concentrations that would kill most species, while his muscles tore and rebuilt themselves in real time, while his vision narrowed into a tunnel focused on threat elimination, he began to work. The second Vraxian drew a plasma blade. Marcus caught the arm mid-swing, twisted, and used the creature's own momentum to drive it face-first into the deck plating. The blade tumbled free. In one fluid motion, Marcus caught it and brought it down through the junction where the Vraxian's exoskeleton segments met. The alien went still. The third turned to run. No, Marcus said quietly. Just that one word, but it carried the weight of a species that had spent 100,000 years as persistence hunters, chasing prey until their hearts burst from exhaustion. The Vraxian froze. By now, station security was arriving, a mixed species force that stopped dead at the cargo bay entrance. They'd seen fights before. This wasn't a fight. This was an execution. Marcus walked toward the third Vraxian with the methodical pace of a predator that knows its prey has nowhere to go. The alien backed against the wall, clicking frantically in its own language, probably prayers. You hurt her, Marcus said, his voice terrifyingly calm. You made her bleed. You made her scream. We didn't know, the Vraxian shrieked in standard. We didn't know humans were bonded pairs. Your species file said. We're not bonded, Marcus interrupted. She's 19. She's a kid. She trusted me to keep her safe. What happened next would be studied in xenopsychology classes for decades. The security footage would be classified, then leaked, then become the most watched video in galactic history. Marcus reached through the Vraxian's defensive strikes as if they weren't there. Human reflexes, honed by a planet where everything was trying to kill you, made the alien's movements look sluggish. He found the gap in the exoskeleton at the base of the spine, where the neural cluster connected to the brain. And he pulled. The Vraxian's spine came free with a wet, organic sound. Marcus held it up, chitin and neural tissue still attached, and looked at the security team. "Tell the council," he said, his voice carrying across the silent station. "Tell them what happens when you hurt our young. Tell them humans aren't class 3. Tell them we climbed to the top of the food chain on a world that tried to kill us every single day, and we won by being more stubborn than death itself." He dropped the spine and turned back to Emily. She was sitting up now, shaking but alive. Marcus's rage evaporated the instant he saw her, replaced by concern so intense it actually scared him more than the violence had. "You okay?" he asked, his voice gentle again. Emily nodded, tears streaming down her face. "I knew you'd come. Always," Marcus promised. He picked her up carefully, so carefully, like she was made of glass, and carried her toward the medical bay. Behind them, the security team parted like water. No one tried to stop the human. No one was that stupid. The next day, the Galactic Council revised humanity's classification to Class 1, Extreme Threat Level. They added a new designation that had never been needed before: do not threaten their young. Do not threaten their crew. Do not threaten those they have chosen to protect. Humans do not have a fight-or-flight response. They have a fight-or-fight-harder response. The revised file included one final note, written by a counselor who'd watched the security footage: they are persistence predators who conquered their world through endurance and tool use. But their greatest weapon isn't their adaptability or their technology. It's that they love so fiercely, they will tear apart the universe itself to protect those they care about. Marcus never faced charges. Emily recovered fully and went on to design the first successful parallel dimension drive. And the Vraxians added a new law to their cultural code: never touch a human's crew. Some lessons are only learned once.